All right. I can. Thank you. And I'm going to butcher Jelania had a question, and I'm sorry. I'm the worst at names, like the worst. So I'm very, very sorry if I pronounce that wrong. But you have a question. Can you explain the different inner lining fabrics? So Claire, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you're talking about pocket diapers. So this part, the inner lining fabrics. If you're talking about something else, just let me know. The inner lining of pocket diapers is, 99% of the time going to be a polyester fabric, either micro suede, micro fleece, or micro suede, micro fleece. It wouldn't be microfiber. I think that's it. Micro suede or micro fleece. You'll know because micro suede, it feels like, a fake suede couch. That's micro suede. Or micro fleece, so it's fleecy. And it can be different variations of fuzziness, but it would all be the same. So just polyester. Yeah. The reason for that is because it's easier for cleanup and that type of thing. It's also cheaper. Pocket diaper, right? So yeah, it stains less. Micro suede will stain less than micro fleece because the micro suede, for some reason, it just kind of like, it peels off and it comes off and you can clean up much easier. Micro fleece, there's more of some stuff for it to stick to. But yeah, it's going to be one of those 90% of the time. If it's not, they'll heavily advertise it because that means it's like a natural fabric, and that's something that diaper would be specifically made for. So they'll tell you and it'll cost more. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. Do you have to spray formula poo before putting diapers in the wash? Yep, absolutely. As soon as they're getting anything besides breast milk, you have to remove it. The only reason that you can put exclusively breastfed poop in the washing machine is because it's water soluble. So is meconium, the black tarry stuff, that's their first poop. You can put that in as well. It's because it's just water soluble for some reason. But as soon as you get outside ingredients that aren't from mom and from baby only, that's when things don't break down, and poop in your washer will mean poop out your washer, so you have to take it off. Yeah, that's the only reason that you can put EBF, exclusively breastfed poop, in the washing machine. So thank you for those questions. If I misunderstood anything at all, let me know and I will answer the real question. Because sometimes it's Facebook, it's texting messages, things get lost in translation, right? So there's that. The Charlie Banana diapers, they have a really, really soft micro fleece inside. They're like a hybrid diaper, but it's built like a pocket. So do I have it here? No, it's in the living room. But it's like a pocket, so it has that lining on. Where I didn't think two thoughts about it, but the mom who's reviewing them for me, she was like, "Oh, I don't know how these are going to do for staining because they're very, very fluffy and fleecy." So we're gonna see. We're gonna find out. That'll be interesting. I think they'll do okay. It's still a polyester, but it'll be interesting to see because they're very, very soft, like super soft. Which, I mean, if you want something soft and that's your main concern, if you're worried about staining, then that's your main concern. But the sun is fantastic for getting out poop stains, by the way. It sounds so hokey. Like, it sounds ridiculous when I say it. I feel like I should be wearing, like, tie-dye and a headband or something. But, like, legit, better than OxyClean, better than even a peroxide stain remover. The sun gets it out. Fastest, easiest, by far the best way to remove poop stains is the sun. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Thanks. Where do you recommend spraying the poo? Usually in the toilet. So if you have a cloth diaper sprayer, you don't have to use a cloth diaper sprayer by any means, but if you have a cloth diaper sprayer, then get yourself a cheap dollar store garbage pail that's plastic so you can cut it. Cut the bottom out. throw that on top of your toilet seat, kind of put it in and spray it that way. It's going to keep mess from going everywhere, and it's going to go directly in your toilet. You just flush it, the end, bye-bye, done. So yeah, definitely the toilet is great. Some people, I mean, to each their own, like to spray it in the backyard. Cool, you have poop in your backyard at that point, but I mean, if you have dogs, you have poop in your backyard anyway, because there's always that poop that you cannot find. But yeah, so if there's some other place that's more convenient for you, go for it. I do not suggest using a utility tub or a type of sink like that, because the drain pipe will be smaller, so you just don't want to clog it up. But yeah, do you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. You don't need to spray it though. You can use, there's lots of things. You can use a cloth diaper sprayer, a disposable cloth diaper liner, which I've got time, so why don't I pull one out. So these are bamboo viscose. You just take one of these off, put it in your diaper, and then once baby poops, you can just lift it off. Don't flush them. A lot of them say they're flushable. They are not flushable, but you just kind of jiggle the poop in the toilet and the rest can go in the garbage. You don't got to think about it. Or you can use a reusable liner. So get a cheap microfleece blanket from somewhere, cut it up into pieces that will fit on your diaper. That's a lot easier to swish around in your toilet, get the poop off, and throw it in with your cloth diaper laundry. So you've got liners, you've got cloth diaper sprayer. Some people, this is kind of old school, but some people will get like a cheap spatula, like rubber spatula, and scrape it off. If you don't have the money for a super expensive diaper sprayer, or you're traveling, a really kind of neat alternative is take your Perry bottle from, birth, fill that with water and use that as a sprayer. That works too. What else is there? Just taking the diaper. So you've got the dirty diaper. This is what I did for the longest time. You just take the dirty diaper, you're going to hold it like this. You're going to dunk the dirty part in the toilet and swoosh it around. Kind of lift it up, let it drain a bit. It's going to be soaking wet, but it'll be clean. It works. You don't need a diaper sprayer, but diaper sprayers are the nice way to go. They're the easy way, right? All right. About staining. I've tried setting a flour sack towel, but the stain isn't coming out. What am I doing wrong? I've re-wet then dried. I'm not sure. It could just be particularly tough poop. I know like blueberry stains and stuff like that is a little bit difficult sometimes. As long as you're putting it in direct sunlight and you're drying it, that's the way you're doing it. If you want to superpower it, some people use a bit of lemon juice. So you can just put wash it, put some lemon juice sprayed on it. Just like when, I don't know how old you are. I'm going to date myself. But in the 80s, people would put lemon juice in their hair to lighten it. Same principle, right? You're putting lemon juice on, let it dry with that on it, and that should speed up because it's just a light acid. I would tend to want to wash it again after just to get the lemon out. Although it's not the worst. You could probably just put it on baby's bum too, but because urine and ammonia is the other end of the spectrum for, base acid, so it's not really a huge problem, but I just wouldn't put lemon juice on my baby's bum personally, but dealer's choice. You can try that. It should work. Some people, I can't say that I've never heard of it having problems, but some people have had problems, but I think you just doing it again and again will work. If you don't think, if it's just not working for you, you can try, don't go for like a powdered OxyClean. That won't work as well. Go for like a liquid resolve hydrogen peroxide. That's going to be best for like a bio stain like that. You can try putting that on and scrubbing it out. That'll work, but it's just so much easier for the sun. Sorry it's not working for you right away. Try the lemon juice. And that was from Lara. Thank you. Thank you for your question. Hope that was helpful. I mean, at the end of the day, a stain is a stain, and you don't have to worry too much about it. As long as all the stuff is off, it's clean. Alrighty. How many do we have here? Oh, we have 6 of you. That's pretty good. Oh, go away. I'll try the lemon juice and wash. Thanks. You're welcome. Thank you for your question. It's quiet in here. Very quiet. I didn't announce it very early, so that's probably on me. So here's the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to allow people to ask questions ahead of time, and I'm going to announce it early so that we have more questions in here. Let's just open up Facebook randomly. That's what we'll do. Where is my... Keep opening the wrong window here. And let's see what people are asking. How about that? Sound like a good idea? So, go to the group. Go to the group. Get some why? No, I do not want that. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Like that. Something like that. Yes, okay. So, I hope this is okay to the people who are asking. I'm sure it is, because this is... maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Okay, let me not share my screen. And we'll ask them anonymously, because I don't want to put people on... Because this is going to be on YouTube after, so I don't want to put people on YouTube if they don't want to be on YouTube. So let's just do it this way. Okay, let's go scroll down to someone else's question then, just because I don't know if she's going to be cool with it. No one else would understand this, so I'm posting here because today my big boy wore his last cloth diaper. And as I packed it away, I felt so sad. Clothes are hard enough to pack away. Yes, as they outgrow them. Dude, I hear you. But these have been with him since he was a newborn. Aww. So yeah, the feels. I know probably some of you starting are like, it's diapers, dude. But yeah, just wait. It gets hard. It's hard. I still have all of them. I've gone through them about 20 times. I still have all of them. I haven't gotten rid of any. Let's find a question. Recommended brands for skinny thighs. So when people post questions like this, I want to know, what type of diaper they're looking for, because, people will give you a lot of pocket diaper recommendations, but maybe that's not the best for your situation. Looking at the picture that they have, it's the baby's in a disposable, so I don't know what kind of diapers you like. Some brands to have a look at. Wink Diapers has double gusses, and they're also a very narrow brand. I actually have a coupon for them that they gave me eons ago when we did a review of them. Beginners 30, I think, so you get 30% off everything at their store. Beginners 30, pretty positive. That is good for skinny legged babies. They have pocket diapers and covers with like very good natural inserts, very cheap too. These are, if you want like a really good natural insert or diaper with, natural fibers but very inexpensive, if you use that coupon on their products, it's very, very inexpensive. So that's a great option, but they are best for skinny leg babies. If you have a really chunky baby, don't go there because they're very narrow and they're very thin around the legs. So that's an option. Wink Diapers. Skinny around the legs. I would just try maybe, I don't know why I'm doing this. I would try maybe adjusting things with something that's more adjustable than like a pocket diaper or an all-in-one. So if you use like a flat or a pre-fold or something that you can fold and wrap around baby, and then put your cover on, you can do like a jelly roll or something, and that will get it really in there. And that might be better for a better fit as well if you're having trouble with what you're with your stash right now. Keep in mind the babies change. Those chunky leg babies might get twiggy, and those twiggy babies might get chunky. So yeah, don't stress too much. Just go with the flow if you can. Hello, I have my new diapers air drying. When the baby poops, how do I handle everything like discarding poo? Do I wash the diaper immediately? He's breastfed, so it's always watery. I have pocket diapers. Okay. This is another question from the Facebook group. I'm just taking directly. I don't know if they're watching or not. How do I handle everything like discarding the poo? So as I was saying earlier, but she obviously wasn't watching, exclusively breastfed babies, you can just throw the poop into the washing machine because it's water soluble, so you can just wash it like that. As soon as they have any food or formula or anything like that, you have to start getting rid of the poo, either by spraying it, using liners, dunking and swishing, some sort of method to get the poop as much of it as you can. I mean, if there's like smears and stuff, don't worry about it, but get as much of it off as you can. Get it into the toilet, wherever, and then you can wash the diaper. Do you need to wash the diaper immediately? Absolutely not. You can put it into a wet bag or a diaper pail to collect enough of them so that you have enough to wash in your washing machine, because you don't want to wash too little in your washing machine either. You want to have enough in there for agitation. Usually people have more of a problem with overstuffing their washing machine, so that's why we advocate for the measure method of washing your cloth diapers, which you can find more about in the group or through the Wash and Care handbook or website. So you want to make sure that you have a good amount for your washing machine, so you would normally store them for a little bit in a hanging wet bag, a diaper pail, a hamper, something. And then I don't recommend washing any in longer stretches than 3 or 4 days, and how you store them will affect that a lot. If you're using an airtight bin like a diaper decor pail that's modified for cloth diapers or something like that has no airflow, you want to wash more frequently, because that lack of airflow will let bacteria and mold and everything build up faster. But if you have a nice pail that has, open airflow, everything is good, you can go 3 or 4 days. And I would say not longer than that, because that's when you get bacteria building up. All your diapers have ammonia on them because urine changes to ammonia after a certain amount of time, 24 hours actually. And mold can set in, which is the bigger problem, because you get staining and it's hard to get out and you have to bleach and it's just toxic, and yeah. So 3 or 4 days, you build up enough, make sure it's a good amount for your washing machine, not too little, not too much, and then you're throwing it in the wash and washing it all together. So yeah, doesn't matter if you have pocket diapers or what you have, you're all gonna wash it all the same. Let's see if we have any questions from the chat. Will this video be saved to refer back to? Absolutely. It will be on the YouTube channel. And I think I just was allowed to grab my name, like Cloth Diapers for Beginners. Let's see. So let me share this. So the Cloth Diapers for Beginners YouTube channel. So see, these are all, if you see Facebook, those are the Facebook, oh, you can't see my mouse, I'm sorry. But you see the little squares in the corner there, anything with a Facebook signal sign will be from the Facebook group. Those are the Facebook lives I do here. I throw them up there and they live there, along with, you can see the first one is just a fluff mail opening, so like regular videos, and the second one was also a YouTube live, so I do lives over there as well. I try to switch every week, so this week on Friday I'm here, and then next week on Friday I'll be on YouTube. When I'm on YouTube, I do a little like presentation, so like information session in the beginning, just because of the nature of YouTube. Last week it was on inserts, and before that it was I only done 2 so far on YouTube. The other presentation I did was why is cloth diaper laundry so hard? So that is hopefully helpful. Yeah, but they will live over there. I'm trying to figure out how many pre-flat baby infant-sized diapers I can wash at a time in my 8-kilogram front-loader washing machine. In general, I load the machine until it's about, okay. That's advice from other groups. They'll say do 3/4 full. I mean, in a pinch, it's probably a better way to go, but you're probably overloading. But that seems a bit vague. I'm afraid it'll be too heavy if I do this with 30 diapers. Any tips on how to calculate? Absolument. Okay, we're going over to, let me share this again. clothdiapersforbeginners.com. And you're going to scroll down to how to wash diapers. And here I have all of the information, if you're hand washing even, about how to wash your cloth diapers using the measure method. I have a link to the book if you'd like to, go slower and have every little thing explained to you, because in this post, it's a post, right? And people just aren't going to read it. So I understand that. I'm lucky if they read what's there. But if you're going to want to take time and learn everything more slowly, you can use the handbook. But everything is here for you to figure out how much your diapers will weigh and measure that against how much your washing machine can take. You're going to come down here and you'll see, so see if I can highlight it so you can see it. Pre-folds flats are going to be about, this is wet weight, which you want to use. It's going to be about 0.6 pounds. You're going to multiply how many flats you have by that number, and that will give you a weight of your diapers. You're going to kind of look at that against how much your washing machine can take. There's a worksheet that will help you lead through this. You can get the worksheet through here by email, or it's in the group files as well. So if you go into, I don't want to show anybody's name, but if you go into, scroll up real quick, the groups files, it's the first one there, the detergent calculator blank. And you can get that on phone too. This is just desktop, so it might look a little bit different. I forget how it looks on the phone. But everything's there for you, and it'll help you calculate everything perfectly. If perfectly, when you're doing the measure method, you're paying such attention to everything, every detail, that there's enough room if it's not perfect. So unlike just kind of judging and using a random amount of detergent and whatever from somebody else that doesn't care how many diapers you're washing or anything, because you're looking so closely at every item, you don't have to get it perfect because you're so much closer than you would be using any other method. So don't sweat about every little detail, but yeah, if you follow that, you measure everything as best as you can, doesn't have to be perfect, you'll be fine. Yeah, so that's where to find it, right there. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, bring your worksheet and what you've done and your questions and post away, and people will help. Usually an admin tries to jump in there. They have been so great and helpful with the wash routines, just because I can't be in there so much. So they've been really awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. I can't see names, so I don't know who's saying thank you, but you are most welcome. Thank you for being here. So I'm due next week. This is from Taylor. Hi, Taylor. I can see your name. I didn't put the link, but if people click the link to let me see their name, I can see their name, but I can't see everybody's name. I'm going to find the link for next time, too. I have a list of things I need to do for the next time. Okay, so I'm due next week, and I have 12 newborn covers and 36 flour sack towels. How long do you think I could go between washes? I was hoping 2 days, but now I am thinking maybe every other day. It doesn't really matter. Well, I mean, okay, so you're asking how long do you think that stash will last you? Because how long you wash doesn't really have a bearing on how many diapers you have. It's more either your storage, mostly, or how much your washing machine can take if you don't want to do more than one load. But I think you're asking how long can you go before you have to wash because you're out of diapers. So you have 12 newborn covers and 36 flour sack towels, okay? So you have 36 diapers, because when you have you're using flour sack towels or pre-folds or flats or anything like that, when baby's not pooping, although newborns poop a lot, like a lot. But if they're not pooping, if they're just wetting, then you can just take that insert out and just wipe down the cover and, use it, because it's plastic. It's just a shiny plastic inside. So you can just wipe that down and reuse it. So that means the insides are what you're counting as your diapers. So if you have however many covers and 36 inserts, then you have 36 diapers. How long do you think I could go between washes? I was hoping 2 days. So I can't think about this on the fly because my brain doesn't work like that. So let's pull up the chart. How many? Am I still sharing my screen? I think I am. How many cloth diapers do I need? And I probably have the chart right beside me, but let's do this the super long way. Why not? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so we're talking newborn. So yeah, duh. 12 to 14 per day, and then you want to have about like 4 for when you're washing, because depending, I mean, if you're using a dryer versus hang drying, you might need less, but that's, you know, what I recommend just in general. So while you're washing, baby's pooping and eating and doing all this stuff anyway, so you want to make sure you have enough for during the wash. So 12 to 14 per day, and you said you have 36, so you could go 2 days, no problem. Yep, you could probably go 3 days. Depending if your baby's like a heavy, if you're drying in your dryer and whatnot. So that's, I can't highlight here to show you, but that's the chart. The chart is also in the group files. If you go here, diaper calculator, I just downloaded it. So there it is. So here, you're in this range here for a newborn, the first column. Hope that's helpful. Yeah, okay, so that's what you're asking. You want to have enough diapers for 2 days. Absolutely, I think you're fine for 2 days. So baby poos, in every cover, I need to put it in the pail, even if it doesn't get it. If it doesn't get on the cover, that's fine. The likelihood of it not getting on the cover is low. But yeah, if it doesn't get on the cover, that's fine. As long as you can clean it off and it's not solids that you need to clean off, then you're good. Because just bacteria-wise and stuff, right? So, yep. Go for it. If you do, what are you're using flour sack towels. If you do, like, I mean, they're going to be so tiny. But later on, if you get into, like, the jelly roll folds and all, like, the fancy folds, you could probably contain it a lot better, too. Thankfully, I have disposals just in case, but I want to save them. Yeah, you should be good. You should be fine. And you know what? I usually don't recommend buying all of your diapers up front anyway, although newborn diapers don't last very long, but, well, they'll last you, 3-4 months. But yeah, don't put all of your eggs in one basket anyway, so if you find that you need more later, wait and see what you like to use, right? So think of it as a wardrobe, not a uniform. They don't all have to be the same. If something's working better for you than something else, then that's what you can invest in later, right? All right, let me unshare my screen again and pull up Facebook to find some more questions. Let's go to the home of the Facebook group, find some questions. Someone asking about sewing. I know nothing about sewing, so I am not qualified for that question. But ask your sewing questions in the group. There are lots of people who make their own cloth diapers. Is it normal for staining to lift in my final rinse cycle, or does that mean they're not getting clean? Staining is totally normal, especially with breastfed poops and blueberries and what are some other foods that stain? Like, depending on what's going through baby's system, staining is to be expected, especially with breastfed poops. We have well water, and I do a pre-wash in cold with a bit of detergent. And a second wash in hot with regular amount of detergent. What's a regular amount? And then I do a rinse. I'm still experimenting between rinsing hot and rinsing cold. I noticed that stains continue to be removed from the second wash after the rinse, but I'm worried this means they're not getting fully clean. So they probably are getting fully clean. In fact, I can guarantee it. With all of those cycles, is just staining. With staining, we were talking about this earlier on the feed, but you're probably not watching it I won't say your name because it's going into, but, yeah, take them out of the washing machine, find a sunny window, or hang them outside in direct sunlight, let them dry that way. It should take care of your staining. But I try not to poop on people. If your wash routine is working for you, cool. But I would really recommend using a measured wash routine, because it sounds like you're just kind of throwing stuff in there and hoping for the best, and it sounds like you're not too confident on your wash routine. So if you are watching this and you answer that question, start by doing a swoosh test on your diapers just to see if maybe you're starting a little bit of cloth diaper buildup. So take a bowl of warm water, or cloth diaper buildup, detergent buildup. Take a bowl of warm water. Take a clean and dry diaper, Doesn't matter if it's stained or not. Throw that in there, squish it around, see if anything comes out. Just from that comment, I'm guessing that maybe something's going on that you don't know about yet. So just do that and then come back here. Okay? Let's find another question. Unless there's a question in the chat. Nope, not yet. Oh. Yeah, we're on a tight budget and I found the covers on sale and decided to get those. Covers are fantastic. They are going to be your cheapest option because you have so much variety that you're not limited by a pocket. You're not limited by, you know, having polyester on the top. You can do so much with a cover and putting whatever. You can put a t-shirt. I have on the YouTube channel, I have a little short that shows you how to make a diaper out of a t-shirt. You can put anything inside of a cover. Covers are great. They're definitely the cheapest way. That's perfect. Perfect. La 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 la. Ba-ba-bum. Somebody noticed some marks on baby's legs. I'm not going to show you the picture because again, this is going on YouTube later, but if your diaper is giving your baby some just like light pink marks that look very wrinkly, don't worry about it so much. Those are called sock marks. So think about when you're like wearing a tube, like a long tube sock, and you have, you know, tight boots on or something, because it's nice and snug against your arm. You're not in pain. You're not feeling it when it's in your boot. When you take your boot off, you take your sock off, you have like sock marks around there. Same principle in a diaper. You're getting a nice snug fit, which is great. And when you take it off, you might see some little marks in their like chubby bits because they're so chubby, right? So that's perfectly fine. How you know if it's not sock marks is if it's inflamed, if it looks raw, if there's any like broken skin. That's not sock marks. That's something completely else and you want to address that. But if it's just some light pink marks that look like wrinkles and they go away in like, you know, 30 minutes or so, you're fine. That's just sock marks. Which is what I'm seeing in that person's picture if they're watching. The little baby with the light pink diaper. A lot of picture, Harry Potter fans. First night trying cloth, overnight, wish me luck, good luck, but you're probably sleeping right now. My bamboo inserts always still feel wet. They're probably actually still wet, or they just feel that way? Interesting question. I have no idea. Do you mean after you've dried them? Do you live in a humid area that maybe they're just not getting completely dry? Are they bamboo terry? Terry to me seems to feel a little almost like damp. Need a little bit more information to answer that one, so that probably wasn't a good one to stop on. Anything from the chat? Nope. Boop-a-doo. How do you store your diapers with a toddler that gets into everything? I'm trying to get things ready for baby number 2, but my son is just curious about everything I'm doing. Good question. Higher. Put them up higher. Out of reach, out of mind, out of sight. Yep. Higher. I can remember, in the toddler stage, they're just running around trying to destroy everything and or kill themselves. So you literally need everything up. That's a hard time. That's probably the hardest time of my experience with my child, was the toddler running around time. What's everyone's opinion on these? I got them in the mail today and I'm unsure. And they're showing a picture of a Thirsties hemp insert and a Thirsties organic cotton doublers. My opinion is like, woohoo! You're going to love those. They're going to be great. Enjoy them. Put the cotton on top of the hemp and enjoy your purchase. That's a lovely purchase. Not a lot of questions in the feed. Not a lot of questions in the chat. I'm really going to take questions ahead next time. Oh, here's someone from the feed. I'm feeling a little defeated. I thought diapers were supposed to minimize the amount of diaper rashes, and I feel like my baby has one almost every day or every other day. I'm giving her airtime, applying cream almost all the time, apply it all the time. Change every 2 hours unless she poops. Change when they're wet. I even do milk baths to help. I use flour sack towels and I wash every 2 days. I don't know what to do. Change when they're wet. I interviewed I'll share my screen again. I interviewed a pediatrician just because I am not a doctor and I am not qualified. Ooh, don't want to see that. Get out of here. I am not qualified to, why am I opening? Okay. I'm not qualified to comment on anybody's diaper rash. I'm not qualified to give them any medical advice whatsoever. Not even going to go there. So to be safe, I interviewed a pediatrician, and she kind of confirmed what I have been seeing, that most diaper rashes are caused by moisture against the skin. So nighttime is a completely different story, but you want to change as soon as you can when they wet, not going by a 2-hour timeline. I don't know where in my how many diapers do you need article, I talk about a 2-hour timeline as being like how you can roughly estimate about how many diapers you're going to use. But that's not like I need to change my baby at 2 hours and I'm just going to leave them in a diaper until then. No, you need to pick up on their wetness. Maybe it's longer than 2 hours. It's going to be after the first little while, right? Maybe it's less. The best way to know if baby is wet is just take, I hope you can see, I don't know what you guys are seeing here. So take your cloth diaper that's on your baby and just ever so often give them a little squeeze in the middle. A stiff diaper is a wet diaper, and you're going to get a feel for that as you go. Change them as soon as they're wet. If rashes are becoming a problem, absolutely use a diaper rash cream at every change. You can use a gentle one. Cornstarch at every diaper change is a good idea too. It will not cause a yeast rash. That is an old wives' tale. I have down here somewhere the study, according to the Government of Canada Pathogen Safety Data Sheets on Infectious Substances, TCL, I can't pronounce that, which it's the spore for the yeast rash, can survive on inanimate surfaces for 24 hours, 120. This is not what I was looking for. That's the aftercare. I'm sorry. No, it's not even in this article. Anyways, if you go to the website and search for cornstarch and you look at, I have some studies there that show it does not cause a yeast rash, like people will tell you online. So don't worry about that. You can use cornstarch, a cloth diaper cream. You can also use a reusable fleece liner. So when you buy that fleece blanket and cut it up, just because of the way it's made, if you're using microfleece, make sure you're using microfleece and not polar fleece, which is like the thicker fleece. Polar fleece is actually water resistant. You can use it for a DIY cloth diaper cover. But microfleece thin like this is going to pull in the water and hold it there and keep the baby feeling dry. So you just want to keep that area as dry as possible. If you need to, do some airtime. So just keeping baby out of a diaper, put them on somewhere waterproof or something. And get them some dry time there. Just keep it as dry as possible. If you're still getting rashes after that, then you want to, come and read this article and kind of go down the list of the things it could be, because it could be so many things. It could be yeast. It could be dietary stuff. My daughter, I found out after doing a food diary for a while that my daughter was getting rashes from yogurt. Just as soon as she would poop, it didn't matter how quick and how on the ball I was, there was a bad rash. It was from the yogurt. There's so many causes. Could be food sensitivities, detergent sensitivities, product sensitivities. Problems with your wash routine, don't go there first unless you have smells. If you have smells, then that would be one of the first places I would look. Yeah. So yeah, read through that article. Sorry, I don't mean to keep opening that. Try to change baby as soon as they're wet, and that should help you a lot. Yep. Let's see if I can find one more question. If anybody has a question for me, please drop it in the comments. But I see I've lost quite a few of you. It's a boring one, eh? I know. I feel it. I feel like this is a boring one, and I apologize. Where did I put the Facebook group? There we go. All right. Let's go to the feed. See what we can find. Recent posts. Okay. Do you have any advice for me? My original plan was to finish out our last 4 months in diapers with my toddler using disposables as we've been doing, but start my upcoming November baby in cloth from the beginning. But I've looked and saw we only have 1.5 bags left of disposables. I have a large enough one-side stash to cloth diaper the toddler, but I guess I'm worried that 1, we don't have a sprayer or anything to help with the toddler poop. I was planning to get it in at 7 months. 2, being inexperienced, it seems easier to start from a newborn. That's actually not. And go on from there. Mentally, I was just preparing to go through the cloth process with the newborn since EBF is water soluble and I'll be judging a lot of new stuff as a mother in the next 2 months. Has anyone been in the same position? Did you just finish up your first using disposables? Do you have half and half or just jump in? I personally would find it a lot easier to start cloth diapering with a toddler, depending on the toddler, right? Just because you're going to be changing a lot less diapers. You're going to have a lot less problems with fit because newborn babies are super, super tiny and wiggly and all that kind of thing. It's just, I find it easier. Yeah, you do have to build it up for them because it's going to be this weird thing. It's going to feel different. It's going to help with potty training because they can actually feel when they wet versus a disposable, which, has all that goo in it to like make them feel dry constantly, even though they're not dry. Still water. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to help with potty training that way. So it's going to feel different to them. So you want to make it feel as if it's like big boy, big girl pants, right? So you definitely want to have that element to it. Just talking it up, making like this big fun thing. Oh my gosh, look at you. Look at your big girl underpants or big boy underpants, right? You have to do that versus a newborn. Obviously you don't. But yeah, as for the poop, people make a big deal out of the poop before they start. It's not that bad. If this is not your first child, you've been dealing with poop in some form or another since they've been born. I'm sure you had blowouts in your disposables and that type of thing. It's gonna be no different. You don't need to worry about it that much. You can, in the beginning of this video, twice now I've talked about all the different ways you can get the poop off. It's not that big of a deal. I would jump in with a toddler. It's going to give you so much more confidence for when you have to cloth diaper that newborn. So that's my opinion. My advice for you, jump in, go for it. You can always use those disposables on the next baby if you're going on a trip or something. Jump in, see how it feels. Cloth diapering is a lot like swimming in a cold lake. I've said this before. It's really, really scary when you just you touch and you're like, oh, but dude, dive in. It's actually warm. You're fine. Everything's cool. It's just we build it up so much in our minds that we make it this big, huge thing. But it's really it's not that complicated. And once you're in there and you're feeling it, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. So that's my advice to you. Yeah. Made it to 50 minutes. If anybody has a question, who's watching? How many people are watching? There's still 2 of you watching. I can see you. Can't really, but you know what I'm saying. If you have a question, now's your chance. Or else I'll just cut this short for today. Not that much short. And next time I will be much more prepared. Maybe I'll start doing presentations on these as well. But I'll try asking for questions first. Just because I find answering direct questions kind of makes me go into directions that I normally wouldn't go. So that's why I like it so much, doing a Q&A. So we'll do that. I will ask for questions ahead of time. What else was I going to do? I'll review this video and find out what else I was going to do. But I have like a list of 3 things to do now. But I guess that's it for today. Oh, no more questions for now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for asking. You guys did ask excellent questions. It just happens that I can talk a lot. So maybe it wasn't enough. I don't know. Anyways, I will catch you guys at the next one. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Laura, Taylor, whoever, the people that I can't see their names. That's when I was going to put the link in the next one so that I can see more people's names. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and for asking your questions. Don't stop asking your questions. Keep them going in the group. There's lots of people there to help. until then, I will see you next week. I will be over on YouTube, and I'm doing a presentation on that Friday about used diapers. Someone had specifically asked me to go through how to sanitize and prepare used diapers. So that's what I'll be doing next Friday on YouTube at 10 Eastern Standard Time on Friday. And yeah, until then, I will see you around the group at random. I try to get in there, but I found out, what was it? We get 36,000 posts or something. Is it a week or a month? I think a month, but I could be wrong. It could totally be a week. Like a ridiculous amount of posts. So there's no way that I can see them all, but I do try to jump in there once in a while. So anyways, post your questions in the group, keep them coming, or keep them for Friday, because after the presentation I will be doing a Q&A over there as well. All right, bye for now. Thank you.